do it for you. So we listen to Ninas again, because we keep saying this is interactive. We talk, you talk, Ninas, we speak, we put everything together. You say, understanding the specifics of the Union Reconstruction Nigeria must now undertake. The comment there says, devolution of powers is not a solution to sovereignty question.
Nope.
So some people will say, because what they're trying to do is that somebody stole your country, your land, and say, okay, I'll give you this. If you cry too much, okay, I'll give you this. If you cry too much, I'll give you this. If you cry too much, I'll give you this. We are saying, drop what you have stolen, drop it. It belongs to us. Sovereignty belongs to the people. We will decide how we want to do it. Stop telling us what to do. You have no right. You are an employee. So you cannot tell us, the employers, how to run our company.
Oh, no.
The land belongs to us. So drop what you have stolen so that we can plan what we want to do and how we want to do it. We don't have problem with one another. So we allow it to play. Thank you.
No, we don't.
Federation, it is the constituent components, the owners of the sovereignties that are aggregated, that dictate the distribution of powers in the union. The federal government is the union office. The federal government is a creation of the regions federating. That was how we became one political union in 1960. And so when somebody begins to talk about devolution of power, that person is arrogantly appropriating our sovereignty to the illicit central government, the illicit federal government that emerged since the overthrow of our federal constitutional basis. And so it's like telling us, well, we have seized your sovereignty, we have seized all your assets, we have seized all your powers. What can you do? Now that you are crying, we're going to give our nominees, we're going to give them aspects of those things back to begin to take care of. And who are these nominees? The states that were created since the fracturing of the regions, the federating regions, on the 27th of May in 1967. The states that were created are no longer the federating units in the manner that should have been in a federation. They are now appendages created by that illicit federal government. Otherwise, how did we come about those states? It was the head of the federal military government each time dividing up whatever was left since after the first 12. Murtala Mohammed brought it to 19. Then the Ibrahim Babangida that came next, taking it to 30 from 20 whatever, and then finally Abacha had his own 6, and it became 36 states. Just the illicit federal government fracturing the units they created for their own purposes, and it is to those units that these candidates are now promising, all kinds of devolution. That is now putting the whole thing upside down. The powers that are contained in that exclusive list, which we are complaining about as having been confiscated illicitly by the federal government, belong to the federating units. Whoever took them to the center are now talking about devolution, but not willing to discuss how we take that constitution that created that anomaly, take it out of the way, out of the arena, to go to discuss terms of union that will be in two compartments of do we want to carry on as union? That's the business we have to do now. All this other, let's go to election, let's go to do devolution, let's go to do amendment in National Assembly, are between ignorance, dishonesty, arrogance, and it will end in disaster. You are not addressing the union question, you are not addressing the sovereignty question, you are not addressing the grievances of the constituent components that have been there since over 55 years. You are telling us it has to remain so. You are telling us you are going to give us trickles out of the lot that have been confiscated by the center. And we've engaged most of these candidates and their parties over time, trying to explain to them, but it appears they have developed some kind of a courage, banking on the ignorance of the masses that are following them about, thinking that, oh, okay, this one say he will do devolution. What is the meaning of devolution? Are you suggesting that our sovereignty now belongs to the federal government to be the one now devolving power instead of power, being ceded to them by the owners of the sovereignties? There's something inverted in that situation, and those who are refusing to listen now are going to have to listen in more difficult circumstances when the owners of those sovereignties will take their next steps. If anybody is stupid enough to think that this constitution will remain the basis of union unchallenged in perpetuity, such a person must be a compound fool. And whoever is willing to swear to defend and uphold this constitution as basis of power as basis of governance is also an idiot in the sense of the three types in the Greek society of humans: the idiot, the bigot, and the citizen. The lowest class is the idiot.
My dear.
Compound food.
Fool, they work at your like this.
Yes, so,
Yeah.
so we're saying that there are specifics when we talk about union reconstruction. That's why we're telling people to stop plagiarizing. Because the problem with your plagiarism is that you keep taking us round and round looking for solution when solution is on the table. So there are specifics when we talk about union reconstruction, and Nigeria must undertake it now. You must begin to do the things that you should do. If not, everybody is going into like fire on the mountain. Our brother Brown is echo, you're welcome. And our brother Onwu, sorry, am I calling you well? Onwu Diwe made a comment. He said the problem is the 1999 constitution, that the worst is the weakness on those who should stand up to take it down. Yes, absolutely. And we are saying that weakness is coming from the church, the religious teachers that have made our people, distracted our people for over centuries.
Brainwashed our people into thinking the Lord will do it for them.
Exactly. Brainwashed our people into thinking that the Lord will do it. And anytime our people want to say anything, we come up with something else that is not even what is on the table. They will you don't know, but you want to talk. And you know what? We are telling our people it's time for them to use their common sense. Please do not listen to these myopic African Christians, African Christian leaders who think that God is only interested in your spiritual well-being and has no interest or plan to end oppression, to end suppression that you are living physically in, that is going on right now, to end colonialism, to end neo-colonialism. Do not listen to them. They are saying that to keep you distracted and ignorant. We told you people that they are on the payroll of the colonial monsters. They are too ignorant to understand what God is saying.
They're just the current day warrant chiefs. And
exactly.
Just playing the same role in the name of church color, Islamic hair tie. They just change outfit. That's all they did.
Exactly. You're very correct. And we are telling our people, we either continue to sacrifice our people to save Nigeria, or we sacrifice Nigeria to save our people. So when you hear the colonial monsters, please can you bring those church people, their picture? When you hear them telling you that they want to do one program or the other, do not listen to them. Like we told you, they're on the payroll of the colonialists. And they're too ignorant to understand what God is saying. Can you imagine that they taught Africans wrong scripture for over a century?
Still teaching them, even in the midst of this color.
Exactly. Still teaching them. They for the longest time, they imposed white Jesus, the white colonial, white blue-eye Jesus on Africans. They were too daft to know that there's no way a Jewish man will look like this. They were too daft to understand that there's no way God will not be interested in the freedom of Africans. And you know what? The only reason that colonialism and neocolonialism lasted till now is because the church promoted it.
Yep.
The church promoted colonialism and white supremacy all these years.
Yep.
That's the only reason we are aware. They kept information from our people. And you know what?
While increasing their bank account and their financial worth.
Exactly. The Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. God is bigger than what these people have been teaching us.
Criminals.
They are criminals. You see all of them? They are criminals. Stop giving them your tithes. Stop giving them your offerings. Stop giving them, because the thing about it is that you're already enslaved. You're kept poor by the colonial structure. Now, the little money that you have to feed your children and take care of your people, you are paying these monsters called religious leaders. You're giving them the only money. You're already enslaved by the system. You are not living the life you should live. Even those that are living abroad, our children are being brought up away from their grandparents, their family members, kept in a prison, built by themselves with their wealth, excommunicating our children from the type of relationship that will make them balance.
Yep.
Are you surprised that everybody is suffering?
You lock up in the room and the iPhone become your brother and your sister.
Exactly.
With
everybody
unending internet service.
Exactly. ADHD is now on the increase, going everywhere. Depression, anxiety, because we are living the way we are not supposed to live. But guess who made that possible? Colonialism, colonialists. And guess the people that help them? The church leaders, religious leaders. These ones
that played allegiance to white Jesus and the white Rome.
So they are all connected. They are all connected. And what we do on this show is to put them together for you so that you become more coherent. The more you look, it will be the more you look, the more you see. Nina's, somebody wrote something. He said the fact that Nigerians are excelling everywhere in the world and in all spheres of human endeavor, but Nigeria itself is, in Nigeria itself.
It's a testament. It's a testament that is an artificial construct. You guys are just, somebody put you together for the mere purpose of running a business enterprise.
It is. It is. That's what it is. Because there's no way. And that's why what I tell we tell people, it's not the people problem. Guess who is preaching the people again? It's the church leaders. Oh, you are like this. Sin is keeping you. Yes, because you have not fasted enough. Yes, because you have not done night vigil enough. Yes, because you are a sinful person. Who commits sin more than the colonialists?
The universe are thriving. Oh. They are living well. Oh. They are busy stealing resources and causing unending wars all over Africa. Yet, it's your ancestors that are the problem. It's your brothers that are this problem. It's the one Ibn Ayaduna that looked at you one morning with cross eye. She's the problem. The church people are the criminal enterprise working with the colonialists to keep you where you are today. It's the church people that are making you think beyond knowing God is not coming. God went to the market. In short, other than Chinatown, he won't stop seeing what he wants to buy. There's products everywhere for God to buy, and your lack of planning will not be his emergency.
Nope.
Your lack of planning will not be his emergency. As we speak, Japanese people, they have a 30-year plan, 300-year plan. What the hell is 30 years? 300-year plan of where they want to be in 300 years. What are you planning? Fasting and praying, waiting to get a visa to run from your heritage. Because you want to remain in Nigeria. You want to be a Nigerian. Even when my brother is in Morocco, where is he? Moravian someplace.
Liberia.
My brother is still calling himself Nigerian.
Oh.
Brainwash at the highest level. Nigeria is a place that caused you to live where your umbilical cords were buried to come and live in another land.
Our brother has corrected himself. He said, oh, I understand. I'm Igbo man from Enugu State. Yes, even the Enugu State is actually colonial name, but we can manage that for now. Because they balkanized it into 36 states. Oh, dear Anambra, you Enugu, these are all colonial constructs. The people that were brought, yes, brothers and sisters before, they now divide them. Oh, you are Enugu State. You Anambra State, so that we keep fighting ourselves. We are saying all these structures need to go down. All the balkanization. It is slave. In prison, they put you in different cells. That's why they put you in different cells.
They're not even using prison anymore, Sister. You build a big house in America. All your kids have different rooms. And the rooms are prison yard for them. They don't come out.
No.
These children will lock themselves there. They won't come and eat breakfast. They won't come and eat lunch. Before you know, hold your child each and all this store. Yeah, I had this stall overnight because you have not seen them in 1 week.
Yes.
Go on. Wake up, people.
We are not supposed to live like that.
Stop sleeping.
We are not supposed to live like that. That's a lie of the enemy. We are not supposed to live like that. Are you taking this?
What?
I mean, are you taking... The comment that you put up.
I'm taking the again. I'm taking the again. I'm trying to wake up sleepy heads. Go
Please
ahead.
let the comment keep coming. Our people are interactive. This is what we want. This is what we want because we have, like we said, we've thought a lot of things. We are wrapping together. We are getting close to the end of this this project. That's why we are coming with all our celebration and everything. You know why? Because you have received the message. You have understood the assignment and you are spreading it. So we are happy. So another person sent a comment to us. He says, it is impossible to get any new Nigeria as long as the 1999 Constitution, particularly its preamble, is in operation. He said, for a new Nigeria, we have to renegotiate this current one Nigeria, this Fulani British one Nigeria. That's by a time-bound period of transitioning for constitutional renegotiation and reconstruction. There will be no power vacuum. We say it again. There will be no power vacuum. Why? Since existing governance structures remain in place in transitional capacity. You see this word we added, transitional capacity. They're not going to remain in place in perpetuity. If we say the transition is 6 months, they will remain there in 6 months so that they will be paying bills, pay light bill, pay water bill, pay. So they will be running the day-to-day things, small things. Is that feature window, so that dust will not fill everywhere. That will be their job. While we, the people, move and do what we need to do. He said they are lying to you because they hope to run down the clock as to drag you to 2027 elections, to renew the life of the 1999 Constitution, which the political class uphold and enforce. And for doing that, get rewarded with the riches for life that we all see them enjoying. That's what we told that the church leaders, we keep calling church leaders, is all the religious leaders, quite all right, but the church leaders are the biggest one committing this crime. That's why you see them with private jets. You see all their children abroad driving completely paid for G-Wagons, doing all the things they're doing on social media and showing you what is the work of their parents to brainwash you, keep you colonized, keep you distracted so that you don't know that you'll be free and they will steal your resources. Yes,
don't forget about their church singers.
Hey, I want to forget that one.
Don't forget. They will bring you, put you in the mood to receive the evil spirit that they are about to unleash on you.
Yes.
If you can understand that people singing, whether it's Michael Jackson or Undemo, they are singing for themselves to make money. It's never about you. Like, get that part. It's never about you. They are not singing for you to receive. They are singing to mesmerize you so they will take. Understand that.
Yes, to sedate you. You know, if they want to do operation on somebody inside surgery, yeah, operation, you need to be sedated. You know, a wagon toto in Oranola. So while you're sleeping, the surgeon will be working. So that's the work of Mercy Chinwo, Edward, King, Frankie, because you know the name. The other one I say is Sinach.
Snatch. Yeah, that one snatches your wallet. Snatch.
All of them. They are working hand in hand with your church leaders. Their assignment is to sedate you, keep you sedated. In our Larozo Landy Church, and na pocket again. They enter this pocket, and be taking everything that belongs to you. The rest of the
flaunting their wealth. They are flaunting their wealth, their brand new cars, their jewelries, their rings, their honeymoons. All of it is flaunting it in front of you when you are dying of hunger.
Exactly. That's why I see their partners with the politicians. All of them are willing tools that the colonial monsters are using so that your pain, they sedate you in your pain, and then they keep robbing you. And then we are here trying to get you free. They will keep you distracted so that you don't listen, so that you not do what they tell you. That is your uncle's mother, uncle's wife, sister that is doing you. Is your neighbor in the village that say you will never come on. Odumeje, oduheje, abracadabra, abido shaker, in the more shaker, one shake you, no, one steal from you. All these are partners distracting you. Those that are teaching, the one that are teaching, the one that will think that, oh, maybe they're teaching well. They will tell you that Jesus Christ is only interested in your spiritual well-being. He doesn't care about your oppression. He doesn't care about neo-colonialism. He doesn't care about colonialism because when your spirit is in high, you now go to heaven while you live in hellfire on earth. We say, lie, I see, foul. We say,
I don't even think that Jesus wants to meet somebody like me because I'm a boy tie. I will hook him up on his shirt and pull him up, like help him commit suicide. When Jesus is waiting for me in heaven to come and do what? When you left me here on earth to burn.
In hell. Nigeria is that hellfire they describe to you in the Bible. Take it from us. Nigeria is not even a zoo. It's hellfire. It's only when you come out of it and live somewhere else, you say that, so I was in hellfire, I didn't know. So that fire that I'm describing to you, they put our people in it physically.
And normalize it for you.
And normalized it. And the church people, church leaders made it normal. Because they keep making it like, okay, it's because you have not fasted enough. It's because you have not prayed. We say, which fasting and prayer are the people in America doing? The people in Japan.
People are weighing 700 pounds here, 800 pounds. Human beings like an elephant, 900 pounds. You can see there's no fasting and prayer going on there.
They are lying to you. They are lying to you. And we say, deliver yourself, deliver your family from their lies. They are agents of Satan. Do not listen to them. And any of your family members that continue to listen to them, please, we say, stop giving them money. If you're living abroad and you have
even if it's your mother,
yes,
we need to withdraw them from the cocaine called church relationship.
Yes.
Even if it's your father,
yes,
must give an ultimatum that if you don't come out from that place, you will not receive $1, 1 naira from me. That cocaine, that addiction must come to an end.
It must come to an end. Because what we are doing is monkey is walking, baboon is chopping. So because you people are not being responsible, those living in diaspora, you're working 5 jobs. As a result, you're divorcing your husband and divorcing your wife because
your children
everywhere. Your children are divorcing you. You're divorcing your children. You don't have the type of home you should have because you are busy working like a slave so that your brothers and sisters in the village can waste it on pastors. We are saying anyone that has refused to separate himself from that addiction called religion, stop giving them money. Let their pastor give them. Another thing we want to say is, this year, this end of month is not for first fruits. Any husband, any wife that takes the money for children's school fees, for your feeding, to go and pay first fruit, daughters of truth, we say divorce the woman. Divorce the man. Divorce them. They are not saying beg them. Divorce them. You know why? Because if you continue to pull them along with yourself, you're going to die, you and your children. So you need to run away from such a wife. You need to run away from such a husband. This is side comments because we are here to open your brain. That's your brain that is not opening. We will open it by force.
He said,
see this fight, everybody must be part of it. Anybody that is not ready to join us to fight to end colonialism and neo-colonialism, do not associate with them. We don't care whether they are church leaders. We don't care whether they are religious leaders. We don't care whether they are politicians. We don't care whether they are your father, your mother, your brother.
Even God. If God is against us, we are against that God.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes.
Don't be afraid. If there is any God against our people, we should be against it. That God, we should hold him on his neck. That's how serious we are. Run from anyone against indigenous peoples.
Exactly.
Anyone.
So our sister said, their lies are able to work on your mind because you have not defined the change you seek. Like you didn't do for 2023. That's why we're telling you, stop going around with victimhood mentality. Take responsibility. Their lies are working to you, working in your life because you subject your ear to them. You are the one listening. We have told you here, take your Bible and read by yourself. Discuss with your God. You see, they will always tell you, no, don't stay at home and read. Oh, you can't stay by yourself. You have to come to church because they want to rob you. Our ancestors didn't go to church before God directed them to this choice land. The blessing, told them about Ofonubu, that is so wonderful in your body, told them about all the food that we are eating. It is God that told our ancestors all that, taught them, gave them a lot of inspiration, taught them so many things. They didn't go to church to hear that. God is not waiting to relate with you only inside the church. It is the pastor that wants you in the church so that he can rob you. God wants to relate with you right from your home, your room, inside your house, from your family and your children, your husband. The way you relate with your husband, the way you relate with your wife and your children, that's where God wants to start. Stop going to deceive yourself in the church, because that is addiction, like my sister said. You are addicted to cocaine. That's why nothing is working in your life. That's why you're quarreling with your... Sorry?
My brother said, try to be a good person Sunday through Sunday. Just leave God for now. Sunday through Sunday.
That's it.
Just to make it easy. Be a good person. We hate nature. Don't do unto others like you like to be done. Let it be. Let women be blessed. Let men be blessed. Let Okuko be blessed. Let start from there. Start from there.
Which is how we lived before. That's how we lived. That's why you hear things like Onyaga na 1 year, things like Obi 1 year. We lived together in the community, looking after one another, supporting each other. We didn't have abject poor people. We didn't. We didn't have beggars in our midst. We took care of our own. We took care of one another in families, in kindred, in clans, in town, everywhere. But these people came and balkanized us, divided us, and they have conquered us. And we're saying to turn around this thing that happened. It is our responsibility. So finally, as we go, we say, it is you. Yes, you cannot afford to be dragged to your vomit as a dog that is returning to his vomit. So a fool repeats his folly. He says, as a dog returns to his vomit, a fool repeats his folly. You have repeated this foolishness for too long. It's time to break the chain. And he asks a question, he says, or have you learned from 2027 elections? And this is you? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So he said, what have you learned from 2023 elections that you went for? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. All is basically saying, this is a comment from our sister. Sorry that we're trying to read it. I've not read it before. We're just reading it as we are saying it and trying to make sense out of what is in it. So we cannot continue to blame others for our predicament. By that, we mean the land is still our land. We just need to understand what we need to do so that we can move on. We can't continue to blame God, blame human beings, blame game will not help us. Lamentation is not a strategy. Ignorance is not a strategy. We are saying now that we have heard that 1999 Constitution is the colonial tool holding you down. And your politicians and their bedfellows, your church leaders and religious leaders, are the ones that are the willing tools being used to implement, enforce, and uphold this 1999 Constitution. What will be your response? Your response is to turn away from them. Say no to 2027 election. They're saying say no, no boycott. That the preparation, that voyage has to stop. What we want is to transition now, to begin now to discuss that Nigeria, like P2B said. So you lack Your lack of planning will not be an emergency for God. We, the people, we have a plan on the table, and we are calling you to be part of it. It is a movement. You have a role to play. I have a role to play, and we must succeed because others have succeeded. China, they were once colonized, they have breaking away. India, they were once colonized, they were breaking away. Even America, the people that came to this America, they ran away from Europe. So freedom is human rights, and it is our rights, and we can take it. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. I was going to make a comment and say that even a cent, you were asking what we learned from the election. I said, even a cent. I learned that even a cent cannot drive a car without engine.
Yes.
Even a cent cannot drive a car without engine. So, brothers and sisters, thank you guys so much. It has come to that time to end the show. We wanted to keep it to an hour, 30 minutes. Please share this information. We welcome all our new viewers. Get this information to our people. We are more than able. You are more than able. Do not feel incapacitated. Do not feel like you have no power. Information is power. You knowing who you are is power. You know, I remember my poor son when he actually not my poor son, my wonderful son.
Yes.
I say poor because he doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
When he walks with such majesty. People would think he has money hiding everywhere. You know, I never thought he was a basketball player. Meanwhile, the poor child is so shy. He's like, oh God, you know, don't do this one. And I'm like, bro, wake up. You have the aura. God has given it to you. I said, why are you walking like a big man? And he's like, I'm not walking like a big man. I said, you're walking like a big man.
Yes.
So he's beginning to own who he is. Yes. He's beginning to feel himself. Yes. And he's walking with strength, like he's now looking up and looking at the horizon. Exactly. Brothers and sisters, wake up. Know who you are. Look at the horizon. We too can do these things. Until next week, we'll remain your sisters, your mothers, your daughters, whatever that you see us. We are only here for our people. Nothing more, nothing less. Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.